In goal, it's Cameron Byrne-Hughes. The back four is Yul Halafu, Rafe McCormack, usually a midfielder, but can play centre-half, alongside the captain Albert Mills, with James Overy on the left. The two sitting midfielders, Jim Thwaite and Jay McAvoy, with Gabriel ahead of them. The wingers, Junior Brown and Noah Ajayi, are either side of number 9, Louis Bradbury, who scored against Sunderland last time out. On the bench, Heath, Plunkett, Shah, Ibrahimov and Sam Lusali. As for Liverpool, two of their main threats will be the number 7, Joseph Bradshaw, and the number 9, Lemore Lee Forrester. Both of those players have 9 goals apiece, so aiming to get into double figures for the season. Other than that, it's pretty much a like-for-like formation. And we know that Liverpool will offer a threat no matter how they're doing in the league. So, a really interesting game awaits.
So, Liverpool will start us. Prince Cisse just making sure the ball is where it should be. Glorious sunshine to greet these two sides on what is always a very well contested fixture. Can be a really eye-catching football match, can sometimes be a battle as well. Might well be a mix of those two things today, and Manchester United looking for a fast start with Junior Brown applying the pressure in the opening 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, Bradbury done really well there. Chased his own header and almost set Junior Brown through there with his attempted pass.
Lots of pace in this Manchester United side, lots of goals as well. All but 2 of the outfielders starting in Darren Fletcher's side today have scored at some point through the under-18 season. Referee Kieran Williams trying to play advantage wherever he can to let the game flow early doors here. Yul Halafu, who is strong defensively but strong offensively as well, as you've alluded to, Arthur.
Yeah, he'll get forward at every opportunity on that right-hand side to give Junior Brown some support.
One of those players who stepped up to the 21s as well during the course of this season. It's been a fair bit to take in with all the academy sides at Manchester United as ever. With FA Cup success a real possibility. Brown trying to make his presence felt up against Farkas. He was just a little too sharp in the challenge. Liverpool without their top scorer at this level, Joshua Lambie, today. He's got 19 goals for the season. But they do have Joe Bradshaw and Lemore Forrester, who've hit 9 apiece in the side today, wearing 7 and 9 respectively, just trying to apply a bit of pressure on the ball here as United come out with it. Snappy turn from Thwaite and a nice ball as well for Ajayi. We know what he can do from this left-hand side. 2 to take on here. He's done really well against both of them and put it on a plate for Bradbury, who couldn't quite find the corner.
Certainly tried, didn't miss by much either. Never quite caught it, Bradbury, as well as he would have expected, but it looks like it was just going to creep in at that far post there, just wide. But Ajayi creating the problems on this left-hand side. Can go either way, right and left foot, twisting and turning. I'm sure he'll cause the Liverpool defence some problems if he continues like that.
Louis Bradbury has scored 10 goals for the under-18s this season, a couple in the 21s as well. And somebody who was part of the scoring in a game that came to life early on against Sunderland in the last United under-18s match. 3 goals in the match, all in the first quarter of an hour. But United coming out on the wrong end of a 2-1 scoreline.
Yeah, Louis Bradbury got us right back into the game, scoring from a corner that came in.
Joe Upton there trying to dig the ball out for Liverpool. But it's collected by James Overy. Very comfortable playing out from the back, of course, Manchester United, Jim Thwaites. Another player who's been stepping up to the 21s through the course of the campaign. Mills. Lafu back for Mills again to try and look forward. A fair few galloping on, including Overy here, who just went a little too soon, which is frustrating because he made a lot of ground there to get there and cause some problems for Liverpool.
Yeah, just the linesman on that far side, he's looking as he's making his run, just got to delay it a little bit more. But good play again from Mills. They're building up from the back and just trying to set Overy off on that left-hand side.
Thumped forward by Prince Cisse. Farkas collecting here, trying to drift past Brown and Helafu as well. Well, Liverpool have had their struggles this season. They won their last game against Nottingham Forest. 4-3 it was away from home. In the previous game they'd lost 4-3 away from home at Sunderland. That was one of 3 defeats on the bounce before their recovery in the last game. Their FA Youth Cup campaign only lasted the 1 game. They were knocked out in the 3rd round by Charlton Athletic. There's been a fair bit of frustration for the Liverpool lads this season, albeit of course it's always important at this level to take results sometimes with a pinch of salt, because clubs approach matches differently in terms of development.
And teams change quite regular. Some lads maybe get pushed up to the 21s and play a lot of football there. You've got to utilise your whole squad to be fair, to give everybody a chance. So teams sort of reflect that. They change quite regularly.
Often say, don't they, that you judge an academy based on the players who step out of it rather than perhaps the results that they create at the time. Liverpool, of course, at this level could call upon Rio and Gamoa if they wish to. The 17-year-old who's very much part of Arne Slot's plans at Anfield these days.
It's always great to get results, but ultimately the aim is to push players on further up the sort of ladder, really into the 21s and then further into the first team.
Liverpool free kick. Overy helping it back to Cameron Burton-Hughes. Half a dozen clean sheets for him this season in his 17 Manchester United appearances.
Yeah, he's used to the ball with his feet, excellent. Tries to set off so many attacks, hitting the midfield players and the strikers when he can.
Nice work from Bradbury, taken on by Helafu. Overy already a willing runner in this game. Looking for Gabriel. On again for Ajayi. His touch was just a little heavy. Allowed Cisse to close the door.
Right idea, just get yourself over that 18-yard line into the box and ask some questions of your opponents.
Already a good pace to this game, a good feel to it. 7.5 minutes gone so far of two sides just working each other out. And a bit of space here for Bradshaw, who is one to keep an eye on today. As I mentioned, 9 goals for him this season. Overy is down and has stayed there, which is a concern. Gabriel takes over, manoeuvres himself into a little pocket of space.
Yeah, just trying to pick Brown out on that right-hand side. Just hit it too central and gave the keeper a chance to come out.
Overy back on his feet, by the way, and straight into a foot race. Offside flag going up against Lamorley Forester. Doesn't seem to be any issue ongoing for Overy after that challenge.
Yeah, he won the ball cleanly then. I think he just got caught by his opponent. I don't think there was any intent at all.
Helafu forced to retreat. Back to Burton-Hughes. who's really shared the goalkeeping responsibilities with Freddie Heath this season in the Manchester United goal. Heath, one of those on the bench for the under-18s today. Ajay, nice little drop of the shoulder to allow Gabriel to take over.
He does that so well, Ajay, coming on the left-hand side, cutting inside on his right, and it gives defenders big problems because he's comfortable with both feet.
Touch just overcooked a little. Thwaites just a little lively with the ball. It's funny, isn't it, thinking back over the seasons in which we've watched United against Liverpool battles at this level. So many clashes stand out, so many players from those clashes stand out who've gone on to do terrific things in the game. Here's Forrester trying to help it in, but it'll be claimed by Burn Hughes. That FA Youth Cup clash at Anfield, one of those that sticks in the mind, of course. Ravel Morrison scoring to get Manchester United through in a game where there were 4 red cards. Paul Pogba, Connor Cody, Tyler Blackett, Christopher Sammet.
Your memory's a lot better than mine. I'll let you continue with that. I remember the game, yeah.
It's just funny to think of
a long time ago.
Cody and Blackett having a bit of a to-do together, both emerging with ripped shirts, and they've gone on to have terrific careers since then. Here's Brown trying to find that half a yard. It's a clever ball over towards Bradbury, who was waiting for it, just wouldn't quite find him.
He's done well there, Brown, getting to the dead ball line, hanging that ball up to the far post.
Here he goes again, up against Harvey Owen. Back for McCormack, who, of course, is very comfortable getting involved in the middle of the park in his default setting. Gabriel shifting from left to right. Thwaites now moving it on for Overy. Ajay. And back to Mills. He will always make himself available for the ball. Bradbury happy to drop off. Brown well and truly into his stride, but finding the wrong number 10 on that occasion.
Yeah, just surrounded there by Liverpool shots there, ready to pounce on it.
It's going to be a yellow card for Brown, who was perhaps frustrated he didn't get the ball in to the right place at the vital moment, but then a pullback, which...
I think that's exactly right.
A natural yellow card.
Yeah, just brushed his arm and tugged it.
First bit of paperwork for Kieran Williams, the referee. Liverpool's turn to attack here, and Burn Hughes had to grasp that out of the air.
Yeah, he's not had much to do really, but he certainly made his mark there, claiming that quickly.
As you could hear there, Kieran Williams, the referee, very hot, as many are at this level, on the amount of time the ball is in the hands of the goalkeepers, getting them used to the rule for the journey further up the footballing ladder.
Yeah, some of the referees we've had recently have been quite sharp with that, to make sure that the keepers do release it after they've got the, I think it's, I don't know how many seconds it is, but it's not that much anyway.
Well, the idea is they count it down vocally and using the arm as well, so you're well and truly aware of how long you have. Cameron Byrne-Hughes left in no doubt there, and no doubt Bailey Hall in the Liverpool goal will have taken note. Here's McCormack. Taken on by Helafu. It's almost a case of just seeing which of these two sides sort of blink first in a way, isn't it? Who's going to really open up the other one? Or who's going to make an error that really opens things up?
Yeah, at least we've created some chances with the possession that we've had in the first sort of 10-15 minutes of this game. Everybody's had a touch of the ball and got a feel for it.
United playing out nicely until the challenge from Cisse was a little too lively. He didn't feel there was much wrong with it, but I think Gabriel would disagree.
Won the ball and then followed through, really. I think you've got somebody physically, obviously, more developed than somebody a couple of years younger.
That's a good point you raised there, actually, because, of course, we see that a lot in academy football through the age groups, don't we? There's obviously, with some players, there's a difference between ability with the feet and physicality, which you can either be on the right side of the fence or the wrong side of the fence in certain moments.
Yeah, I think that's what the Liverpool players complained about. He didn't do anything wrong in his eyes, winning the ball, and then there's going to be a contact, and you've got somebody that's just a little bit more developed than your opponent.
Forward by McCormack, who was certainly on the right page with Junior Brown. It was just the pass was a little forceful. United hierarchy in, keeping an eye on the youngsters.
Yeah, it's good to see that, and it's great for the youngsters to see that as well, that the managerial team higher up the ladder take a big interest in the lads at this age.
Of course, Manchester United against Liverpool, a fixture that resonates with everyone at both clubs, and of course the first team tussle will be upon us at the weekend. All the usual build-up and coverage around the first team match day, of course, right here on MUTV. Always feels like the build-up to a game like that goes on for longer than for your average Premier League game because of what it means to fans.
Yeah, exactly. The build-up begins sort of way, well, weeks in advance. Everybody looks forward to that fixture.
Here's McAvoy. What a hit that is to really light up this game. 17 minutes in, and it has been cat and mouse up until that point. United's number 8 lashing that one home for the opener.
Patient build-up, just one touch to control and smash that into the net there, giving Hall no chance really, flying in at the near post. Possibly Hall's thinking it's maybe going to go over to the other side of the goal, but from that angle, I think he's just surprised the keeper. He's smashed that and burst the net. Great attempt, really, so early in the game as well.
His 6th goal of the campaign, and one to savour, not least because of the way it was hit and the fixture in which it has come. We were saying moments ago about how a match like this, the way it was panning out, the very equal nature of the start of the game. Now you just need someone to just grab the match by the scruff of the neck.
There's not been sort of that many attempts for both keepers to sort of show their mettle, if you like, but certainly that was a fantastic hit there from McAvoy. He couldn't have hit it any better. Really sweet, and flew in at 90 miles an hour.
Jim Thwaite's just testing the heart rate of his goalkeeper Cameron Byrne-Hughes there, but getting away with it Getting it out from the United box. McCormack fouled.
He's got great ability with the ball at his feet. It does make you miss a beat now and again, but he knows what he's doing, and as I said before, trying to build up attacks and get United on the front foot, especially in the middle of the park with early release of the ball.
Of course, it's important to point out that the reverse fixture between these two sides in November was 1-0 to Manchester United until the 43rd minute. Then it became 2-0, and in the second half, United went goal crazy, winning by 7-0 in the end. A few of the scorers from that game are starters today. Gabriel got a hat-trick, Bradbury scored, Thwaites hit one from the penalty spot.
For some reason I had it in my head that it was last season. It seems so long ago, but certainly once they hit the goal trail, there was no turning back for United that day.
To be fair, a fair bit's happened since November, hasn't it?
It is. For some reason, I don't know why, I was just thinking it was more than a season ago, but they certainly hit the goal trail once they got the first one.
Yeah, goals after 66, 71, 84, 90 and 92. Really turning up the heat on Liverpool in the second half of that game. Ball back from Albert Mills, who wears 4 today. He was wearing 3 in that game back in November. And various players who are in slightly different positions today for both teams as they were in that initial match.
I was just going to say, Mills does that very well. If there's sort of green grass in front of him, he sprints forward quickly with it, but got hampered on that occasion.
Overy for a J. Certainly plays with the confidence that he feels he's got the beating of his men on this side.
Yeah, comfortable once he gets running as well. And he's very quick, and he's chipped in with a decent number of goals all season.
Yeah, 8 goals for Noah J in the 18s. He's come off the bench as well for the 21s this season. Nicely done by Thwaites. Digging it out there for McAvoy.
He's done well there, Thwaites. Managing to get it to McAvoy, then they can go out the other side if needs be.
Ball slid through. Just wouldn't quite roll into the path of Gabriel. Now Liverpool on the hunt for something here, maybe. Eden, maybe in the back of his mind, thought about hitting it, but decided to try and thread it through instead.
Yeah, they'll sit back and try and win the ball, and then as soon as they win it, they hit you with pace. You've just got to be aware of that.
Eden again, finding a bit of room. Upton, he was just ushered away from goal by Gabriel. Upton again, told to drive forward with it this time. It's one of the beauties of under-18s football, isn't it, that you often hear the instructions coming from the sideline. Sometimes you hear a few things that you perhaps don't necessarily want to hear.
Always getting encouragement. Darren and his team over there, we hear that all the time. Just giving people instructions and help what to do.
Here come Liverpool again. Bradshaw. United alive to the threat there. Although the ball gifted back to Eden and moved on by Owen. Got a fair few forward for Forrester to look for here. He did well to keep it in play for as long as he did.
Yeah, driving into the box and had to be stopped. Halafu just sticking with him. In the end, it's McCormack getting a tackle in there.
McCormack just shaking off a bit of a knock there as the two came together. Upton's corner then. Put plenty underneath that.
Just a bit too much, I think. Downwind as well, just carried all the way over.
Yeah, frustration for Simon Miles there. So difficult for a manager or a head coach at any level when you've worked hard on tactics and the technical side of the game, and then someone gets a corner and just punts it out the other side for a throw-in.
It's not only the coach that would get upset. I think some of the big lads that will come up from the back wouldn't be too pleased.
Here you go, Liverpool with the forceful approach and then trying to just slide it through. Easily read though by Cameron Byrne-Hughes. Halafu for McCormack. Farkas isn't letting him out easily here, and Byrne-Hughes had to be there to sweep it away. It's just a great example there of how pressure can win you the ball without you actually touching it.
Yeah, exactly that. And if you haven't sorted where the pass is going, you soon get closed down and force you into errors. But Byrne-Hughes helped out there with coming out his box for a pass.
And it bounces away harmlessly for a Manchester United goal kick. We've passed the midway point of the first half. So far without an awful lot of sort of cut and thrust in the final third. Manchester United lead through a moment of inspiration from Jay McAvoy, which will have been appreciated by all of those watching on in that quartet, particularly, of course, someone who could step out of midfield and hit them so well, like the manager these days, Michael Carrick, did in his playing career.
No, it was a very sweet strike to put the United ahead.
Over his pass, just rolling away from McAvoy. Farkas showing too much of that to Gabriel. This is Halafu. And McAvoy is in, but couldn't quite pick out Bradbury, who had two watching him.
Yeah, right idea. Tried to get into Bradbury quickly. One touch and fire it into Bradbury, but two white shots marking him.
Foul on Halafu. He was keen to get on with it swiftly, with Thwaites in close quarters. McCormack stepping out.
Good play again, driving forward.
Brown taking on Harvey Owen, just keeping an eye on the ball. And that's a foul. Oh, and then the ball, I'm not sure whether that was intended by Harvey Owen, but the ball found the face of Thwaites after he was fouled.
Yeah, good play again by Thwaites there. Control the ball, excellent, moving it and then getting fouled.
Perhaps it was a little naughty.
Yeah, I think the ref's going to have a word with Owen about that. Just apologising. He's almost right on top of him, a couple of yards away when he's sort of crashed him with the ball in his face.
I think the referee went to his pocket and then decided against it.
Well, if it was at Old Trafford with 75,000 there, like there will be at the weekend, I think there would have been some moaning about that.
Some lively discussion in the stands, perhaps.
Main thing is he's okay, that's the main thing.
And off go United again. Bit of room for Brown momentarily. McAvoy for Thwaites, who's back up and running, and McAvoy with the fast feet and the fine finish. And that is 2 for him and 2 for United. And he just danced through the Liverpool defence there.
Yeah, great play from Thwaites there, getting to the dead ball line. Picking out McAvoy again, moves it from right to left. Finds a target again for the second goal that he scored. Keeps this one low, makes sure it's on target, and it's almost on top of the keeper Hall. Can't read where it's going. Fantastic finish.
Very much enjoying his afternoon in the sunshine, and I'm sure there'll be a nice few souvenir photos to take away from the day as well. The way he has celebrated.
Yeah, good connection with him and Thwaites there, with each other's play. Yeah, good play again from McCormack, driving forward the ball.
And here's McAvoy. Through for a J. Plenty to look for in the middle if he can get the ball across. In the end, it was decent defending to stop him in his tracks. And Burn Hughes out to make sure that that is his.
Yeah, always alert. Overhit that pass just on the edge of his box, picks it up no problem. Just sizing up his options, taking his time.
Which United can well and truly afford to do now in the position they're in. After a clinical first 31 minutes, I'd say, because there haven't been too many chances, but the ones that have come along have been taken. You could argue the first goal wasn't truly a chance. Here's a J trying to set something up for someone else, or maybe for himself.
Yeah, good mopping up again from Jim Thwaites, finding Brown.
He's going to try and take Liverpool on here and find the corner. Well watched by Bailey Hall.
Yeah, cutting inside Brown on his left foot. Just try to drill it into the near post, but Hall was up to that one.
Mills in charge of the situation here. That's just dribbled over the line.
Yeah, linesman only a couple of yards away. He's not going to miss that one.
Good battling once again. Gabriel this time.
Yeah, forcing Liverpool back the way. Almost won the ball there, Gabriel.
Upton. That's the kind of area in which he can cause trouble. Almost turning defence into attack, which United do now here with Gabriel, who's given Brown some running to do. In the end, just a little too much running to do.
Yeah, good play again from United, driving forward with, if they've got green grass in front of them, I think it was Mills there that started that off at the back.
Thwaites. Back again to McCormack and Elafu for McAvoy. Now that's a Liverpool Manchester United sort of warm-up challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, it could have been Steve Gerrard and Wayne Rooney there. Up and on with it, no problem.
Yeah, nothing sinister, just two players working hard for the ball. We're almost into the final 10 minutes of the first half. As the game develops, it's always interesting to see who is used from the bench and when, just to change things up a little bit for the two sides. Gabriel on the ball and then on the floor.
Yeah, two white shirts closing them down there, eventually winning the ball back. Done well though, Gabriel, driving forward again with the ball at his feet.
Away by Hall, just about. Thwaites ball through, blocked, helped out by Mills. Overy just missing out. Nicely done by Cisse, who's going to carry on running, but Bradshaw goes the other way. And Morley Forrester kept quiet by Helafu, initially at least. And nice work from McAvoy.
Yeah, helping out Helafu, winning the ball back for United.
Diego stopped in his tracks. Kept alive nicely by Cisse. Well, they want a Liverpool ball, they're going to get one. Liverpool feel they've got a little bit of momentum here, which they haven't had for a while.
Yeah, they've been sort of, as soon as the ball goes out of play, they try to get it back in and get started again quickly. They are 2 goals down.
Farkas trying to find a route through to goal, and wasn't quite what Bradshaw had in mind.
Good defender from United there, hurrying Liverpool into a misplaced pass and getting the ball back now.
Encouragement from the man in charge, who's seen it all before at this level. Such an impressive roll of honour. The players who've made the trip from academy football all the way up to the first team at Manchester United. And of course, every time you come here to the training ground, you're reminded of the names and the journey, the way that the training ground is set up and the decor around the place.
I'm sure when the opposition come here and they drive through the gates here and see the Manchester United training ground, it must give them a little bit of a boost. Teams come here and just give that extra 10%.
I've certainly seen that down through the years with some of the sides who've been struggling in the league, but just puff the chest out a little bit more when they come to a place like this. Of course, those feelings are perhaps slightly different from a Liverpool point of view today, with the two sides being such familiar foes at all levels. Foul by Helafu. Well, no surprise to see United starting in a lively fashion here today after the defeat last time out against Sunderland. Good foot in from Thwaites.
Yeah, won the ball very cleanly. Sets United on the attack if they want to.
Helafu and McAvoy. Back to McCormack. Liverpool trying to pen United in. Farkas just losing his footing. Eden was certainly fired up to try and make sure they couldn't escape in red. Brown fighting for it. It'll bounce the way of Overy here, who encourages Ajayi further forward. Gabriel. Quick first touch to try and buy himself some time and some room. That's a frustrating end to a promising attack.
Yeah, Gabriel showing the fleet-footedness there. Decided to come back out in the midfield. Couldn't quite hold on to it.
Back to Byrne-Hughes, or back to Hall rather, at the other end. Cameron Byrne-Hughes so far untroubled really in this game. Away to our right-hand side.
Yeah, just overhit that pass. Going with the wind, the way the wind's going, it's just never going to stay in play.
Overy up against Bradshaw, who realised all of a sudden that he was pressing all on his own. You can probably hear the wind whistling around the training ground here, whistling around our TV gantry.
Yeah, it doesn't look as if the players have been affected. It's just some passes actually you can tell when it's either overhit if it's with the wind, or it's not enough on it if you're into the wind.
Yeah, that one being a great example, wasn't it? Just didn't quite have enough on it to
keep going,
roll through. Mills happy to go home. I think Cameron Byrne-Hughes happy to have something to do.
A feel of the ball, yeah.
It's one thing that is worth praising in this United performance so far is that Liverpool have had a fair bit of ball in the United half and the attacking third, but haven't really got close to the United goal at any point as yet.
Not really created any clear-cut chances, which is a testament to United's defence, really, keep them at bay.
Yellow card for Eden here. It had to be really, because of course the referee earlier showed a yellow to Junior Brown for a similar grab.
Yeah, right on top of it, the ref, only a couple of yards away.
It's not what you want in the heat of a central midfield battle in a fixture like this.
Yeah, you can't have any argument there. You tug somebody's arm and slow them down, try to knock them off balance, you're going to get pulled for that.
Overy's ball forward is a little overexcited. And I would suggest we'll have precious little added time at the end of the half. The game has flowed nicely without any significant injuries or stoppages of any note. And it goes off Cisse. A few crunching tackles going in. Referee happy though with how everybody tried to get the ball.
You can tell the players are just concentrating and get their foot in or hold on to the ball if they've got possession.
Oh, Well, Cisse absolutely wiping Ajayi out there.
Felt that one.
He's going to get a yellow card. Interesting to see this one again.
Can't have any complaints here, really. Again,
He was beside himself, wasn't he, there? But looking at the replay, there's not a lot of complaints.
Said something to the ref, but again, the ref's right on top of it again, right up with the play.
Three yellow cards now in this first half. Alafu losing out. This is Eden.
Yeah, another ball just overhit. But good first half for United. Got that early-ish goal, and then McAvoy got the second one to go with it as well. Put them in a comfortable position.
And we're now at the mercy of our referee in terms of the half-time whistle. Kieran Williams having a little look at the watch. Long from Burn Hughes, and that was potentially a painful one for Junior Brown, although it didn't seem to bother him. Liverpool looking for a crumb of comfort before half-time. It's Lee Forrester. Well, he shaped to shoot, looking for the corner, and it wouldn't quite bend enough for him.
Just trying to get that curling in that far post. Yeah, just sort of miss-hit it a little bit as well. Just not quite going close at all.
That would have changed the dynamics of the game a little. Had that nestled in off the post, perhaps. Here's Bradshaw. Seemingly a last foray forward for Liverpool here in the first half, and they've worked it well. The cross was overhit, and plenty of power on the final effort, but no real accuracy to worry Manchester United.
Yeah, just bounced in front of him as he's caught that. Just hits it into the ground. Passing near post, Burn Hughes would have had it covered, I think.
And that is half-time, and Manchester United are in control at the break. Two lovely finishes, very different finishes as well from Jay McAvoy, have given United a 2-goal cushion heading into half-time. A first period which they've controlled for large parts with the ball, and controlled Liverpool as well with their fine defensive work too. Certainly at the break they'll be plenty delighted with what those in red have produced. At the break it's Manchester United 2, Liverpool 0. And we're good to go. 2-0 at the break then, as it was in the reverse fixture between these two, when the final score was Manchester United 7, Liverpool 0. So both sides will be aware of the fact that one half of football can change an awful lot. But that being said, Liverpool will want to get stuck into this second half and not allow Manchester United the opportunity to stretch away from them again.
Yeah, we've got to expect a reaction from them coming here 2-0 down at half-time. They'll probably feel a little bit harshly done by, but you've got to expect some sort of reaction, and I'm sure United will be well prepared for that.
And having the ball at the start of the second half is part of that idea of just killing any momentum that Liverpool might want to build. Hence the lack of rush from Cameron Burn Hughes of getting rid of the ball. As ever, Thwaites just dropping in between Mills and McCormack just to allow the two United wing-backs, or full-backs, but they're almost playing as wing-backs, to fly up the field. Up don't know where it goes for Halafu, who is trying desperately to get there before Bailey Hall.
A great long pass there from Jim Thwaites, picking out at Halafu.
Gabriel had it for a moment, taken off his toes by Harvey Owen. I thought just for a split second that Jay McAvoy might have looked up and seen the goalkeeper off his line and thought, well, there's a hat-trick in the offing here.
Yeah, I'm sure that would have went through his mind if he saw that.
James Overy to take the throw. Morley Forrester just applying a little bit of pressure. Here's McCormack trying to tuck it in behind Liverpool. It's a clever ball for Brown. And Bailey Hall decided he had to sweep it away with the legs. It's McAvoy who does go for glory this time, but it's an easy gather.
Yeah, great long pass there from McCormack, almost setting United on the attack there from that right-hand side.
Nice touch from Farkas. It's moved on here to Morley Forrester. Trying to find a path through to goal. Closed down by Halafu. It's going to be a corner.
Yeah, good defending. Stayed on his feet, didn't dive in. It looks as if they possibly got tangled up with their bootlaces, I think, there. And that tackle went in.
So an important moment this, early on in the second half. The last thing you want to do with a 2-goal lead is give the opposition a real chance to claw their way back into the game. And Liverpool almost created something there. Frustration that the header didn't have a little bit more behind it.
Yeah, I think it was Owen, the left fullback, had just got a glancing header on that. Couldn't direct it goalwards though.
Might well have been if one of the two centre-halves was forward that they might have fancied their chances a little more there.
Possibly, yeah.
Not that I'd ever want to offend the left-back union.
No, keep the centre-halves happy, that was our job. Yeah, just assessing everything again, Burn Hughes. He does that quite well. He fired one into Bradbury, sort of chest height just before half-time. Just couldn't quite control it, but that's the way the strikers want the ball, if they can, if you're hitting it from the back.
He does have that ability with the feet, doesn't he? Of course, the minute I say that, he gives it away. It's the way it works with the curse of the commentator. Someone who is very comfortable at the back, as you now have to be as an academy goalkeeper, don't you?
Yeah, you've got to be. Yeah, it's just the way the modern game's gone, really. The keeper gets a lot of the ball passed back to him.
Gabriel skipping onto it and going down to ground, but not really looking at the referee in appeal for anything. Tidied up by Albert Mills. And of course, with the ball at feet here, Cameron Byrne-Hughes can take as long as he wants to, or as long as Liverpool give him. The first half, we heard the final 5 seconds of the 8 seconds count down from the referee when the ball is in the goalkeeper's hands. Jay back there with Prince Cisse. Well, that's not a ball that Owen particularly wanted, and then Brown is taken down. And that seemed, from our vantage point here, to be inside the box. It'll be interesting to watch it again. Initially a free kick given here.
Yeah, maybe just outside, although they both ended up in the box. Keeper Hall there has given Owen sort of no alternative, really. He had to go lunge into that tackle, getting a yellow card for it.
Harvey Owen booked. It did seem on a second look that it was the right call. just outside the penalty area. But a Manchester United chance there. All of Liverpool's making, really, albeit the pressure applied by Brown was key to it. But the pass from Bailey Hall, not one of his finest.
It's the onus is with the goalkeeper there, and he's in a position where he's getting lots of the ball, and he can see what's in front of him, his teammates and his opponents closing him down there. And it looked as if you entice them into a pass, they're all going to be pouncing on it. Whereas what we've seen in the last 5 minutes with Burn Hughes down the other end, he's not getting closed down at all, so he can pass it into midfield. But on that occasion, good play by Junior Brown there, reading the situation.
Well, it will be interesting to see when the dust settles here who takes this and what happens from this dead ball situation. Certainly Jim Thwaites looks favourite at this stage.
I was just going to say exactly that. It looks tailor-made for him to hit it, and he can hit it either way, near post or far post.
Well, Junior Brown patched up and seemingly okay to carry on. And for now, the issue for Bailey Hall is to make sure that he can see what Jim Thwaites is going to try and do with this.
You can hit a ball any way you want, really. As I say, you can go one side of the post or the near side, or hitting it over at the far post, even with his right foot, makes no difference.
It is Thwaites, not one of his finest, and that one is sliced away. Liverpool's wall doing its job.
Yeah, standing tall, blocking the attempt there.
In the end, it was a wise yellow card to take, wasn't it? Because it looked like Junior Brown was through for number 3 there.
He was reading the situation, as I say, because he's enticed the pass out from the keeper Hall there and just pounced on it.
Here is Owen. For Eden, 2 of the 3 Liverpool players on a yellow card now. McAvoy with Brown in support, Gabriel as well, just trying to shift it across, poking it through for Ajay. He did really well to get there, or did he not quite in time? No.
I was just going to say he done really well to get there. I thought the pass might have just been a little bit overhit and he dug that out from a dead ball line, but the refs again right on top of it. He deemed it being out.
Well, his side need to try and find a way back in here. And this second half, really, the 10 minutes or so that we've had, the ball has largely just been at the Liverpool end. We are going to see a United change in a moment. Activity over on the bench. And Amir Ibrahimov, I think, is about to be introduced. Nice spin from Overy. Thwaites just losing out. Touch from Farkas. The run from Eden there wasn't quite picked out. Morley Forrester with red shirts all around him and bringing down Junior Brown, who's just got over the last injury and might have picked up another knock now.
Got another whack there, but I'm sure he'll run that off. But doing his defensive duties to helping out Halafu there.
Forward it goes to Bradbury. Couldn't quite turn it round the corner. Ajay trying to wrestle his way past 2.
Yeah, just too many white shirts there tackling back, crowding them out.
Good solid defending again, this time from McCormack. Chance for Overton to stretch his legs. Advantage played. And it'll still go because Brown has it now. There were fully 3 fouls in that particular move.
Yeah, the ref could take his pick of whatever one he wanted.
Bradshaw, who we've not seen an awful lot in this game, a player capable of taking a game to an opponent, but he's not really had too much service.
Yeah, just getting a bit scrappy there. You've got to get the ball out of there if it's too tight.
And here comes the change. Amir Ibrahimov will come on here. He'll replace Jim Thwaites. Some all-important game time for the United substitute. And he's going to get roughly half an hour in this game, all being well.
Yeah, missed quite a few games through injury, and hopefully it's another 30 minutes for him to get his fitness better.
He's very much had to be patient for game time this season. A few substitute appearances for the under-21s and a goal from the bench as well for them.
Yeah, good play from Melafu again there. Managed to get out his left-hand side.
Ajay after good work from Overy, and then it was a bit of a swipe from the United left-back. Morley Forrester. Liverpool preparing a triple change, by the way. Yego up against Ibrahimov. Elafu there as well. It's nicely done by Ibrahimov, who took the contact.
Yeah, wins the ball and then gets upended for his troubles out.
So the 3 Liverpool changes, we're going to see Alvin Ayman, Oliver O'Connor and Hayden Murray home. And now they're just going to work out the players to come off. In fact, we're going to lose the 2 Liverpool fullbacks. And indeed the front man, Lamorley Forrester. So that just freshens up things from a Liverpool point of view. And all importantly, those 3 players coming on, given a decent chunk of game in which they can try and influence things. Murray home, prodding it back. Bradbury giving chase. Here's Eden. Ball was taken, says the referee. Clear instruction from him. Murray home again for Bradshaw, who's looking for Alvin Ayman here. Couldn't get it past Halafu.
Yeah, good challenge. Good challenge from Halafu, getting across there, blocking it, not allowing the cross to go into the central area.
And it comes into the mix. Out again off for Jay. Murray Holmes corner. Oh, where's that going? It's going in. Dear me. That was a right mess at the back, and Joseph Bradshaw was very happy to mop up to get into double figures for the season.
I thought the corner was mishit, and I think Bradbury just sort of came off his boot. He's not connected with it. Just, and that's surprised Burn Hughes. It came off the post as well. That's why it comes back out to Bradshaw. Bradbury doing his defensive duties and not being a defender. He's in an unfamiliar area, the near post.
That's a frustrating way to give away a clean sheet and to let Liverpool back into the game. Ibrahimov had it and then lost it. That goal will just put a spring in the Liverpool step now.
It gives them something to aim for and play for. They never looked like getting a goal at all. It's given them a bit of a lifeline, but Brown's got a chance here.
It is Brown who's wanting it on the left, and either side of the goalkeeper. It could have been interesting for Manchester United, but Bailey Hall was comfortable.
Yeah, just couldn't quite get any power in his shot, maybe a little bit off balance.
Yes, Ayman. Plenty screaming for the pass.
Yeah, he's done well, Halafi there. Twice going into tackles, winning the ball for his side.
Ibrahimov moving well with the ball. For Ajay. Bradbury in the middle, Gabriel as well. Ajay might fancy this. And Bradbury on the spin. Earns Manchester United a corner.
Yeah, good play on that left-hand side again from Ajay. Cutting inside, you think he's maybe just lost the ball, but he's still got it under control. Bradbury does well to protect it. Trying to turn and getting a shot and wins a corner for the side.
A corner which Gabriel goes across to, well, I was going to say to take. He's leaving it for Jay McAvoy. 25 minutes of the game remaining. And that's bending all the time, but just away from Ibrahimov.
Yeah, once it gets up in there with the wind going that direction, it just seems to sail over everybody.
Going to see Samuel Lusali in a minute. Just seeing he's getting himself changed and ready for action. McCormack back for Mills, back for Burn Hughes. That's a shove from Ajay. Liverpool keen to get on with it, of course. Just a little too quickly there. He's done well there, Ajay.
Done really well.
And releases Gabriel, who looks in turn for Bradbury. Just wasn't quite turned around the corner enough for him.
Yeah, you could see the idea.
Hayden Murray home with some good work in midfield already since coming on. Alvin Ayman unable to shake off Brown. This game is set up now, isn't it, for the final quarter?
Let's give them something to aim for. Excuse me, getting a goal out of nothing really. Never looked like scoring at all. United's defence has been solid throughout the sort of hour that we've played.
Burn Hughes into McAvoy, whose second goal all of a sudden is proving crucial to the outcome of this game.
Yeah, Bradbury's done well again. They're winning that ball for his side, holding off the defender.
Ibrahimov and Brown, who was waiting for the contact, it's fair to say. The Manchester United substitution will be made now. It's Samuel Lusali on for Noah Ajayi. Fresh legs and fresh ideas for the last quarter of the game. Mills.
He's done well. Just going to say he's done well there. Mills stepped in, knew he was getting closed down, goes and wins the ball and picks out Brown on that left-hand side. And his use of the ball from the back has been excellent again, as it normally is.
It's one of the ways United have looked very comfortable today, isn't it? That the playing out from the back has been solid and hasn't seen those in red take any real risk.
I've said it so many times that it's the guys at the back that have that extra time on the ball, and their use of it's got to be good. And all season he's been like that with Armour alongside him. But today again, if there's 20 yards of space in front of you, he gets into it very quickly and then picks a pass out.
Yeah, Dan Armour's another one of those players not involved today. Of course, the Youth Cup final on the horizon. It's a scrap for the shirts for that night.
Yep.
McAvoy getting his toe to the ball there, setting Brown away. Gabriel. Lusali only just on, looking to make the immediate impact. He was perhaps just a little overexcited with the end product.
Yeah, done the right thing, trying to get to that dead ball line. Just got to dig the cross out. Difficult to defend against if the cross is right. Just got underneath that one.
Another one who's really contributed with the goals this season. He's put 5 in the back of the opponent's nets. Only 15 appearances before today.
Yeah, good closing down again to not allowing Liverpool to build any attack there, and wins a corner for United.
A corner out of nothing, really, as you say. Just won by work rate and desire. Halafu leaves it for Gabriel. We'll start again with Overy. Ibrahimov. There's an element of game management going on now as well, isn't there? Not just trying to win the game, but trying to sort of see things through a little.
Yeah, pick the right pass out to try and get the ball to the wide players or the strikers.
Mills' ball just about finds Cameron Byrne-Hughes. I'm sure he'll say he had it all under control.
Yeah, and I'm sure the keeper will say exactly the same with the ball back to him as well.
That wind just starting to whistle around again as Cameron Byrne-Hughes steps forward with it. At some point we will need to see a bit more urgency from Liverpool.
Well, they've got themselves a little bit back into the game, but United have sort of controlled it since that goal went in after 5 minutes after getting on the score sheet. United, they've done okay, but United have sort of repelled them now.
Ball was taken, and Charlie managing to tackle his own teammates.
I was just going to say that, almost got tackled by a red shot there.
It's a lovely run forward. He just couldn't either find the power for the finish or the pass for Bradbury.
Wasn't too far away from Bradbury getting a sort of toe on that to deflect it on its way.
Jaria Shah is prepared, ready to come on for Manchester United. He'll be on in a moment.
Yeah, good play again for United. Closing them down quickly, hurried pass, and they give you the ball back with the throw-in.
Dante Plunkett there as well, about to come on too. So United throw. And the double Manchester United change will be made now. Junior Brown and Louis Bradbury are going to make their way from the field. So the 4 outfield changes have been made by Darren Fletcher. Ibrahimov.
He's done brilliant there.
Going to bounce back up after the challenge from Lucas Clark. Of course, Manchester United still with a shot of winning the Northern Group in the Under-18s League, albeit behind Manchester City. They were in the box seat to finish top of the table, and of course whoever finishes top of the North plays the team top of the South in the national final. Chelsea have got that wrapped up.
Yeah, good experience for them to play against some sides that they don't usually come up against.
And there's Charlie. Just out-muscled in the end. No free kick going Liverpool's way. On they go with the ball this time instead. Bradshaw, scorer of that slightly bizarre Liverpool goal, as Overy closes the door on the Merseysiders.
Yeah, good defender from Overy, stayed on his feet, made sure he won the ball, get out of play.
That's offside. Liverpool's final outfield change is going to happen now. It's going to be Ellis Hickman who comes on for them. it's Farkas who makes way. He's had some nice touches here and there in the final third, but
yeah, decent, yeah.
hasn't been able to inspire Liverpool so far to being in control of the game. We're about 13 minutes away from, as it stands, a Manchester United victory. It's interesting you make the point about the teams that these two sides play at this level now, because over the course of the time that we've been covering these league matches, what, fully 20 years, it's changed a fair bit, the system, hasn't it?
It has done, yeah. The season seems to be stretched out longer, and don't know why, but it just seems to be the way.
United facing the likes of Burnley, teams like that who perhaps didn't feature in the early days of our live academy coverage, although they did come to Old Trafford and win a Youth Cup tie from memory. Jason Gilchrist with a hat-trick, I think, that night. It was quite a night for them. Here come Liverpool with Upton and Murray Home, who's looked very at home in the middle of the park since coming on as a second half substitute. Here he is against Ibrahimov, who wonders where the pressing has gone from a United point of view.
He done his job, closing his opponent down.
Upton again. Hayden Murray Home. Trying to put a bit more pace on it. Upton the captain once more. For Cisse. Not quite on the same page as his colleagues there.
Yeah, good challenge from Overy coming in.
Feels like this game should have been a little more comfortable than it actually now is for Manchester United.
Yeah, could do another goal really just to cement hopefully the 3 points.
Lovely work rate from Overy to win it back. Gabriel beaten off the ball. This is O'Connor. Eamon and Murray Home returning the favour. Cross that seemed hard to read for everybody due to the swirling gusty wind. Ibrahimov down, but back to his feet as Lusali tries in vain to keep that in.
Yeah, just difficult once it's up in the air, as I said before. It's gone really. Got to keep it on the ground and keep it below head height if you're hitting it long.
Back to Burn Hughes. Overy down off the ball. Gabriel waiting in the middle here. Plunkett for Gabriel. On the spin for Lusali. Now, what's he given there? He's given a penalty. And a chance for Manchester United to close things out.
I was going to say good patient build-up, and Ibrahimov going into the box there. That ball from Lusali, just allowing him a yard of space there. Nowhere near the ball. There's just a coming together there. You can't argue with that.
It's a really daft challenge in the end, isn't it? It seemed soft on first viewing, but there was no need to do that, really.
No, you're going into an area where you've just got to be careful, really. Unless you're going to get a touch on the ball, you've got to be sure that if you're putting your leg out, you don't make any contact with the opposition player, but contact there, and it's a penalty, and the ref whistle right away.
So it's Gabriel who places the ball, and Liverpool turn to Bailey Hall here to try and keep them in the game. Gabriel makes no mistake. It's a lovely penalty, and that should see United through to 3 points.
Yeah, slotted it away comfortably there. Low at the keeper's left. He decides to go the other way. Hopefully that should be enough. Now, as the minutes run out for Liverpool, should be enough for United to get the 3 points out of this game, which is fully deserved.
Keep talking.
A penalty of power and poise, which gave Bailey Hall no chance. And a third goal that might well knock the stuffing out of Liverpool. They've tried and tried to make things happen in the second half, albeit their goal really coming through a defensive mix-up. But such a frustrating penalty from their point of view to give away, because it actually came from a player who's come on and made a bit of a difference to that midfield, who made a bit of a daft challenge.
Yeah, he's got forward a few times to create some chances for his side, but no doubt about that one. The referee blew it straight away when the challenge was made, and it was clumsy rather than sort of dirty.
Heyman's ball for Eden. A bit of room here for Upton. Murray home. Upton once again. This is where Liverpool have done a lot of probing, but United have kept those two lines quite solid in their way.
Yeah, confronting them with red shots to keep them at bay.
Eamon's good attacking run. That's bending all the time, and Overy wasn't quite sure who was behind him, so he just stuck it out for a corner.
Just help the ball on its way and make sure it does go out of play, and then everybody can get adjusted to the corner coming in now.
Into the box it goes. It's there for Liverpool. And Cameron Byrne-Hughes stood up strongly when Manchester United needed him there.
Yeah, point blank release from a yard out there. He's just made sure his body's big enough to make a save there, which he did.
So important there to cover as many angles as you can, as goalkeepers do.
Must be the ref helping them out there with the countdown.
Yes, so that's the rule. That you've got 8 seconds, haven't you, with the ball in your hand, but the referee will count down the final 5. Upton penalised.
Yeah, Bragamoff always available in that midfield role, coming short for it. Just seen the save again. Didn't quite get the connection, but the main thing is you stop it going in your net.
Lucas Clark it was who was right in the middle, trying to prod it home. Plunkett chasing. He's done well there actually to make it his.
Done really well keeping that in.
Upton under considerable pressure from Ibrahimov, who's penalised.
Yeah, he's done well, Ibrahimov. Probably didn't need to go sort of wholeheartedly in that challenge, but they've won it back again.
And here's Gabriel with a bit of room. Oh, and he's managed to pass it in beautifully. That's a delightful finish. Looked like he was going to be crowded out, but he found a route through to goal.
Looks as if he's just got half a yard there, and it looks as if he's going to smash it. We've seen him score goals like that throughout the season. Just takes it half a yard and hits it with a lot of power. This time he doesn't. He just makes sure it's in that far post there, trickling in off the post. It looked like at that far side. Keeper's thinking the shot's going to come in and just moves it quickly, slots it away in that far side. Typical striker's goal.
I think many perhaps there were expecting him to put the boot through it, and sometimes on those occasions a defender or a goalkeeper can get in the way and deny you. He went for the subtle approach, and there's no doubt now where the game is going in terms of the points. I think there was a yellow card flashed towards one of the United players after one of the challenge. There was a coming together just before the goal. All the way back to Cameron Byrne-Hughes. Well, as it stands, Arthur, it'll be the double over Liverpool with 11 goals scored and 1 conceded.
Yeah, you can't argue with that. Fully deserved as well. Had a sort of 10-minute period when they got a goal to get back in the game, but United have ran out comfortable in the end.
And this could get ugly for Liverpool, as it did in the reverse fixture. We mentioned how there were a fair few goals in the second half, but there were 3 goals in the last 6 minutes plus added time.
Yeah, once they got ahead in that game in the second half, it just ran out of steam, Liverpool, but certainly another positive result today from United, and similar but not as many, but comfortable.
Upton's challenge. Manchester United ball. Nicely played. Gabriel with some room here. And he did go for the power this time and gets a corner for his troubles.
Yeah, he moves the ball from right to left quickly. That's what I've said before. It confuses defenders. Very comfortable with both feet.
Ibrahimov back towards McCormack. Drifting past a few challenges. Through for Gabriel. And that's a foul by Bradshaw. Shah it was who was squashed into the ground.
Yeah, just took away his standing leg there.
Oh, we've had the 90 minutes now. We'll wait and see how long we play in added time. It's Manchester United's game, that's beyond doubt now. The question is by how many? Foul on McCormack.
And just a bit of frustration coming in now.
Charlie. Nicely played, nicely carried.
Good play to burst away from his opponent and then switch the play.
Plunkett here. Back for Overy. McAvoy. United just ran out of steam at the end there. captain, who was stuck to his task all afternoon. Just hasn't been able to really get his Liverpool side going. Ibrahimov rather just pulling up there, which will be a real frustration for him and a concern from a United point of view after the injury trouble he's had this season. Looks in some distress there.
Yeah, it didn't really look like an innocuous challenge, and obviously he's felt it right away. I think he's actually, once he's kicked the ball, it's maybe just twisted it as he's landed. Well, let's hope he's okay anyway, after being out for quite a while throughout the season.
Yeah, so frustrating for youngsters who miss a load of game time with bumps and bruises here and there. You can see the ability he's got since coming on, what he's brought to the table.
Yeah, he came on and replaced the Thwaites, and the two of them are quite similar, comfortable with the ball, picking out the right pass.
Nicely done by Lusali. For Halafu, for Gabriel. And Lusali trying to dart between two. He's managed it! And all that was missing was the finish.
He's done everything right there. Won the initial header, initially when it got hit up to him, then to follow the pass through. Skips it through his opponent's legs. He's got the whole goals there, and you put money on him scoring there, but unfortunately it just goes wide.
That's it. A very good day at the office for Manchester United's under-18s. Any victory against Liverpool is one to give those in Manchester United red a lot of happiness, and they'll be pleased with today because they were solid defensively, they were clinical going forward, and they made it look relatively simple against their familiar foes. It means the double over those from Merseyside after the 7-0 win in the reverse fixture. A 4-1 victory here. Doubles from McAvoy and Gabriel ensured a comfortable afternoon in the sunshine, and 3 more points to add to the tally. It ends Manchester United 4, Liverpool 1.